everyone. Welcome to your Schmoe. Really nice to see you all again. As you can see, it's just the two of us today. Me and Ben are steering the ship as Teresa and Matt are a bit busy this week. So it's just going to be just the two of us. Thank you, Ben. I appreciate you dancing with me. But it's really lovely to see you all and be back to talk Schmoe down for another week. So, hello, Thomas.
Hey,
Good to
Thomas.
see you with us as usual. We love having you join us for our weekly recaps. Just two of us today. Only 3 matches because we've got a lot to come next week. We have the big collision coming, so we're going to go through all of the matches, do some predictions as ever. A lot of predictions this week, so excited for that one. I need to continue my streak as winner. Teresa's not here, so I can gloat as much as I want to this week without her muting me. So that's really exciting. As you know, we're the Schmoe, and we're European and South African, as Ben is South African based. Schmoedown recap. So we air 8 o'clock UK time each week, and we hope you can join us and get involved. And we love to hear you in the comments. So if you want to join in, please write something there, and we will look into it and address it. So Ben, how are you doing? How's your week been?
It's been really good. Let's say busy, but yeah, good. I was sick in the beginning and then just got hectic as the week went on.
Oh no. Well, do you feel you're better now though, right?
Absolutely.
Excellent. Ready, fit and healthy to talk Schmoe down, which is what we love.
Yep. Sitting here in bed with my lovely baby boy.
Oh, what a little cutie. I haven't got the pug with me this week, but I'll try and get her to have a cameo in a few weeks.
Sounds good. Hope we can see her during collision.
Yeah. So shall we just crack on? Let's start with match 1, the first match of the week. So really entertaining, this one, and I know we're early, but I'm gonna put it out there. Match of the week for me. Match of the week for me. It was super competitive. So we had Paige coming back from her initial loss against Peggy, although she played very well in that match. She didn't quite pull out the win. And then obviously we have Rachel Silvestrini, who is yet to have a win in a Schmoedown, but I don't think that's a fair record for her, as she's only played people who have gone on to either have a title shot or a title holder. So I think she's played Liz Shannon Miller, John Roker, and now Paige. I think that's her matches. Is that right, Ben?
Yes, in the comments. Yes. Yeah.
Teresa's joining us through comments. Yay. No, I'm joking. I'm really pleased you're with us, Teresa. She may be making a cameo. So I think what was interesting about this one is it seems like, from what we've heard from Ben Goddard on backstage, and then also just in general, Kate spoke about it, and then we've also heard recently a lot from Ethan and sorry, I'm laughing at this comment. We've also heard a lot from Ethan and Liz recently that Paige is kind of the heart of the Usual Suspects, and she's the one really prepping and being there, the support for everyone, and contributing with the learning in the faction. And it seems that they kind of both have that key role for the factions. So I think it was a really good matchup. Now, I believe everyone apart from you, Ben, predicted Paige. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct. I wanted Silverstream to finally get a win. I wanted Den to get a win, but it didn't come to pass, unfortunately.
No, not quite. I will say, I feel like even though Rachel didn't win, I think it was the best performance she's had in singles so far.
Oh yeah. I think she had 6 out of 7 or 5 out of.
I think it was 6, and then she went perfect in round 2. So it was very impressive. And as Kate said in the post match as well, her record doesn't reflect her sort of contribution to the league, and it's clear, as she said, without her support, maybe some of the other faction members of the Den wouldn't be getting wins. So,
Yeah.
even though her record in singles isn't particularly great at the moment, I think
To
she's
be
an
fair,
absolute
though, she's
asset
never lost the teams.
in
Oh, wait, she
teams.
has lost teams once. But
Yeah,
her record is not so bad in teams.
yes, and obviously the Pride did relatively well last year, and I think she's kind of a round two specialist. She tends to do a lot better in round two, so like she has kind of specialist knowledge, and yeah, I'm really pleased for both of them. Paige absolutely killed it. What a way to recover from an initial loss.
Don't remind me, Teresa.
Yeah, and as I said
Well, I
earlier,
mean,
Teresa, it doesn't reflect, does it? That's an understatement.
yeah,
But she has played
I
really
mean,
tough competitors, hasn't she? She hasn't had
she has.
an easy match. I know it's horrible to say,
Um,
but everyone she's played has been absolute class. So I think it's a
I
tough one for her.
think that she played Liz as well, didn't she? Or am I
Yeah, she had
missing
Liz
that?
in the tournament last year.
Yeah,
She played Roka in the tournament the year before.
yeah,
I can't remember who her other match was against, but I know obviously an M Page now, so she's 0-4. But I can't remember who the other one was.
yeah.
Um, mate,
But that's
yeah,
like, I think it was another champion, because the only other person other than um Paige that she's lost against that isn't a champion is Liz. So she's played some high level competitors until now. But even so, Paige, as Sam said, her record doesn't reflect what she's worth either. So yeah, I don't know. Could be that a lot of people are going to get there. They just need time. And I know a lot of people are down on Rachel because she didn't perform well in the Pride. And I know there was that whole rivalry between Frank and the Pride for last year. But she's improved match on match. So, and as you say, she goes perfect in round two very often. So,
yeah, and just to go on Thomas's point,
and Teresa said
thank you, Teresa. So yeah, Paige went perfect. That's very hard to beat. It's very hard to
yeah,
fight against the perfect game, and Paige deserves so much credit because she had a strong debut, but clearly she was like, "No, this is not my story. I'm gonna win." And I
why do
love
you
her.
think I called it Redemption Week?
Yeah, exactly, exactly. It's a great title for the show. She's like, my story is not over. I'm coming back stronger, and that is exactly what she did. So credit to Paige. She absolutely smashed her second match. You can't if someone goes perfect, the only thing you can do is match. And if you don't
Yeah,
match, which is a real difficult task, then you're not going to win. And that's kind of what happened in this match. But she deserves so much credit. She played
yeah.
amazingly.
I'd love
If
to
it,
see both of them have more matches. I know it's probably not going to happen, but I'd love this year. But I'd still love to see them both have more matches, even if it's after the singles tournament. I don't care. I just want more matches of both of them.
yeah, I agree. I have a feeling Paige will be in that tournament. I don't think Rachel
Yeah,
will, unfortunately, but I think
no,
Paige will get a spot. So hopefully she will see a bit more of her.
yeah.
And I think she'll get a few wins. I think she'll maybe go to the quarters. We'll see. I think she's gonna be sneaky good in that tournament if she does get a
Oh
spot.
yeah.
Um. Yes. And before we move on, Thomas has just brought something up. I was kind of going to save it because we have got a section for that later, but maybe we'll save it for promo of the week. I may have just given away my promo of the week, but yeah, the promo was awesome.
Fair enough. Fair enough. It was an amazing promo.
I'll save it.
I have a
Save it for
different
that section.
opinion, but we'll get there.
We'll save it for later.
Yeah.
Was there anything else you wanted to add there?
No, I think we should just move on to the next one.
this Marden made me really happy because
Same.
bit like
And I
the
feel
first.
really bad because
Why?
of who I picked. Because of who I picked to win. But it was more of a I wanted to take an outsider's chance and see if that could make me catch up to you guys. Thankfully, it didn't because of who won. But yeah,
So I'm just really happy for Jen. I'm so
yeah,
happy for Jen. Like she's one of the competitors that I really, really wanted to see win, and she, like Paige, was perfect. And she only
exactly.
went to multiple choice for one question, which, as she explained in her post interview regarding the Wizarding World question, she probably knew it, but in if she knew she only needed 1 point for the knockout, it made sense. Why would you risk going for two when you can go to multiple choice to be sure on your answer to get the knockout? It was really well played. Um,
Oh yeah,
I'm so impressed with Jen. She absolutely took her shot in that free for all.
very
Yes, Teresa, so happy for her. I don't know if she would have got a match if she didn't perform that well in the free for all. If I'm being honest, it would have. I
yeah,
think that made the league be aware of her and be like, do you know
oh
what? We
yeah,
need to give the girl a match quickly, and she absolutely smashed it. So and she played really well in her team's match as well. I think she played better than Vinny. She's doing
yeah,
so well this year. I'm so pleased that she's finally got a win under her belt. And then in terms of Felix, it's his debut. It's always difficult to join. Obviously, he's going to learn a lot from this match. And a bit like Rachel found against Paige, what do you do against Perfect? It's very difficult. Um, as he said, maybe he could have stuck with Wizarding World. It was probably a stronger category, but it was just a luck of the draw with the wheel. That's how it works, and he can learn from that.
yeah.
I liked his character. I hope he gets another shot because I feel like it's he played a on fire Jen Kemp, and that's a
Yeah.
tough competitor to have as your debut. And most people are getting another rookie for their debut. Jen Kemp is not a rookie, and so that's really tough. And I think we should note that as well.
And I assume I'm not. I'm making an assumption here, but I think she might be like Paige and Rachel for swag, where she's helping the others study. Just because, like, I've heard a lot of people say, yes, Paige. I mean, yes, Jen is our go-to girl. She's amazing. We want to see her get more matches. So, like, the way people spoke about Paige um and uh Rachel, they speak about Jen the same way. So
Yeah,
yeah,
clearly an asset. But what's great about Jen is it seems like she's finally got that win to back up
yeah,
the work she puts in behind the scenes. And I just hope that Rachel Silvestrini can finally get that singles win this season. I don't know if she's going to get another chance, but I'd love to see her against Claudia Dolph. I think that's a really fair
oh,
match, and I think I would give the edge to Rachel.
mm,
I think that could be a
I
nice
would.
match to have, but I don't think that will happen. I guess the other point we need to talk about is I'm really concerned for the Stars. Are you, Ben?
Well, kind of, except that tournament season is coming up, and they do have some huge names in the tournament. I mean, teams tournament is coming up. They're going to have, I think, Janine and
Yeah.
Jeff, the Otter couple. Sorry, nearly said the other one. They're gonna have
We hope.
both of them in the singles. I mean, I hope they will, but why not put them in there? So yeah, and then um, there's the
Damon.
IG. You've got yeah, Star Wars. You've got Damon. So that's like an easy 9 points there for you.
Well, I
So
don't
yeah,
know. I wouldn't bet on it. Like I think Alex is probably favourite, but the standard of Star Wars now, there's 6 or 7 competitors who are at a
True.
similar level. I did see a suggestion in the week that okay, Ben, who do you think's the stronger IG player, Alex Damon or Brandon Hanna?
Alex Damon,
I agree.
personally.
I agree. This won't happen. She's going to pick Alex for Star Wars, but someone suggested put Alex in because it's only one for IG and one for Star Wars, isn't it? Give Alex the spot in IG and then take who's her other Star Wars player? Zach. Right. Zach. It won't happen.
Yeah.
I know Alex Damon's going to go
Say
Star
your
Wars,
point, but I'll tell you why that won't happen as well. Another reason why. But yeah. I know that Christian.
But
Christian said on Twitter that his schedule is just so tight. I don't think we'll see him this season again.
Zach.
Yeah.
Oh, fair enough. And also, I really think Christian wants that. If Molly is picked, I think he's really wants that Alex Molly match. If Molly gets picked, that's round 1.
I would love to see that in round 1, and imagine if Molly beats Alex. That would be the upset of the year.
Oh, I don't know if Molly will be picked because Hoey's got a match next week, and Hoey had a really strong debut. My guess is she will, and I'd love to see Damon v Damon. I think that's everyone's dream match. But yeah, I will say I am worried for the Stars. I think there's a lot. I think the fact that they are where they are puts a lot of pressure on tournament season. And although I am hopeful that I think Damon has a good chance of winning the Star Wars, I'm not putting all my eggs in the basket because all it takes in that league is 1 5-pointer you don't know, and the chances are you're probably going to lose the match. Now, obviously, Alex Damon is incredible, and it's unlikely that may happen. But I always go back to when it was Ace's run last year on Twitch, and he said a couple of times, "I didn't know that 5-pointer," so it's possible when he spoke about the matches afterwards. So I'm not sure. I also think Jeff had an amazing run last year in the 32 single tournament. I think it's going to be a massive ask for him to have a similar run this year. Now, she has got other talent. I think Janine will be in it, and I think Jacoby will be in it, and probably Nick Harley as well. But I think it's a lot of pressure for Jeff and Janine to try and carry. I can't see him having that run again. I don't know what you think.
Fair enough, but you've also got, as you said, Nick Harley, Jacoby Bancroft. She's got so many singles and teams competitors that she can have come up. That's not to say that they will do well, because anything can happen in the Schmoe, but some of them have some great rankings, and they might be high up there going against some weaker competitors. So I'm not too worried.
Okay, I guess we'll see. Honestly, and I don't mean it horribly, he may have improved. I don't see Brandon Hannon winning the IG tournament. No. I think he may get a win in it, but I can't see him.
Not with people like Parker, Mara.
Yes. Obviously, we don't. That's probably the toughest decision in all of the tournaments. I'd say is picking between Mara and Parker. That's a horrible decision. I want it to be Mara because we haven't seen her in a tournament since her debut. So when she came into the league, and Parker had a go last year, so I'd like to see it get the opportunity to play in a tournament. But I mean, you can't. No matter who he picks, you can't moan. It's Sophie's choice.
It really is, but for a good cause this time.
Yeah, and I think if it's Mara or Parker, for me, they're probably favourite for the tournament, whichever way it is. But anyway, we're going a little bit off track. Should we get to the final match of the week?
Yeah, we shall. Okay, yeah. So there's a reason why I called this, but we'll get to it. Yeah.
Do you want to start us this one, Ben?
Sure. So this was Jesse Swift versus Jacob Woodnebben. This was an okay match. They both kind of were a bit iffy as to whether they would do well or not. They both missed a few in round one. They're both so they then Jesse got saddled with
Planet the
eight, and it was a lot of old questions in there that he was not ready for, unfortunately. But no steals from Jacob's side. And then it went to then Jacob. I can't remember what he spun, but it also
Middle Earth.
wasn't. He didn't Middle Earth. Yeah, he
Yeah.
didn't do so well there. He got maybe 2 points or so, and then just crashed and burned there. No steals on Jesse's part either. So then we got to the third round, and it was miss, miss, hit, miss, and then it went to sudden death. And like the manager said, it was probably the lowest scoring win ever. So, but it was amazing to see. I want to see JC more. I know he's the reason you were worried about the Mercs early on in the year, but I think he will get better. I just think he needs to build up his confidence.
I think what I will say. So I just want to. This is Leo's take. I just want to get
Yeah,
Leo's take.
yeah,
And I can't disagree with it if I'm being honest. I mean, it weren't the best match I've ever watched, to be honest. I
mhm,
will say I think Jesse played a lot better in his debut, even though he lost.
yeah,
I think he had a much better match in his debut, but he pulled out a win from his nether regions. I don't know how, but he did it. It was a rough match. It was a rough match. I'm gonna. Thomas has just made a point.
yeah.
I don't think Wittenben has strong enough knowledge right now to be picked up by a faction next year. I think FCL may be the route. Go on, Ben. Do you
I was
agree?
gonna say I would love to see him in FCL and maybe get that improvement. He has the character work down. If you've seen his promos in the Facebook group, the character work is down solid, but the knowledge maybe not so much. Maybe he'll do better in FCL. Give him a year or two to. He's a young guy, okay.
Yeah,
You can
he
see
has
he's
to
probably our
improve.
age. Yeah, so he has room to improve. I'm not saying I won't want to see him ever again. There are competitors that I've done that for, but I would love to see him again. But just get that knowledge up, and he'll crush.
Yeah, and I guess what's good for the suspects is they've got a Maru, who is a strong
Yeah,
player. If my concern would be if Amaru wins his
that's
collision
my
match, they only
yeah,
have Wittenben to put in the tournament, and
yeah.
I would be if he gets put against Amara or even a chance or whoever he gets, I would be betting pretty heavily for a TKO. If I'm being completely
Hey,
honest, I don't think he has the caliber of depth in his knowledge to compete with the stronger competitors in IG. Um,
and he's so low ranked that I think he will be put against Amara or someone.
I think Amaru losing, if he does lose, may actually benefit the suspects quite a bit. And I know you get a lot of points for winning titles now, but I think they need him in the tournament. I don't think Wittenben will be able to compete. And I don't know. I'm sorry if it sounds harsh, but I do think Jesse could. And I know they both had rough games, But I think if Jesse gets a strength in round 2, I think he'll be able to compete. Clearly, his weaknesses is something that he needs to work on because he didn't know any of those Planet Liaise questions.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't blame
No,
him. They were horrific.
He did. He knew the 2021, the Tim, no, not 2020.
Oh,
the
yes,
2001.
the Tim Burton one. Yes, he did,
Yeah.
to be fair. But
And
he
Theresa, I agree
struggled.
with you.
I do think Jesse is a stronger player than Winterburn. And I think he had, I think I said his debut match, although he lost it, I think he played a lot better than he did in this one. But at the end of the day, a win's a win. When we look at his record, we won't know how well he played. It just says 1-1. So I'm glad he got the win. I found it like a difficult match to watch. It wasn't very competitive, I thought. But I have faith if Jesse was in the tournament, which I assume he will be. I don't know who else would take the spot from the Mercs.
Greg maybe, but I don't think so. I don't think he has the time.
Yeah, I mean, Greg. I think Greg's actually a better player than he gives himself credit for.
He is definitely better than his partner.
Yes, but my assumption is that Jesse will be in the tournament, and I think he had, like I said, I don't think if he plays a top caliber, if the wheel goes his way, I think he could come compete. Like I'd be probably picking the other one, but I don't think he'll be knocked out if he gets a strength. If he gets a weakness on the wheel, he probably will be knocked out. But I do think he's a stronger player than Winterburn. It just wasn't the best match of the season, and that's fine. They can't all be classics, can they?
No.
But yeah, so not match of the week for me, but I'm pleased Jesse got the win. Maybe we'll see Wittenberg in the FCL next year. Maybe he'll get picked up. Who knows?
I mean, who knows? Maybe. We'll see what happens next year. There might be fewer competitors, and maybe he'll be one of them. Maybe not, maybe so, but we'll see.
Yes, we will see. We could get into a whole another conversation about what the league's going to look like next year, but better not because we don't know yet.
We don't know anything yet. It's concrete.
So I guess that's it for the matches of the week. There was just the 3. We have a lot to cover. We'll have a lot to cover next week. So that's exciting. So I think we'll have 7 matches next week. So that will be maybe a longer show. We'll see. We'll see how we go. Yeah,
that's true.
Although,
there's
I think the current FCL IG players may step up. We'll see. Anyway, so I know you wanted to cover some news, Ben. Now I got to be honest, I don't really know what's going on, so I'll just listen and react. You let me know what's going on.
So the big news or the big discussions I saw this week was on Twitter. It looks like there will be the August the 14th match that is being, I think, taped or that will be live, is going to be it's going to be, I think, the singles match and the IG match. It'll be the IG title match at the least. That's happening on August the 14th.
Is this the stuff in the cantina?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, that caused a bit of controversy, because we were worried that whoever wins that, I think Christian said that whoever wins that match is going through to spectacular. But then they said, okay, but hang on a second.
Tournament.
So the Jesse match, sorry, the Amaru Saul match is for the number 1 contenders.
Yeah.
Is the tournament not also for the number one contenders? So he later clarified and said that yes, it is actually for. We'll see another defense of the IG title, but whoever wins that goes through to spectacular. I think.
Okay. I believe it
Okay,
is
sorry,
Thomas.
but yeah. So there's a lot happening there. Merle versus Irwin's happening, and this week we will see the singles bracket, the IG bracket, and I think the teams bracket as well.
Oh, have they
So
confirmed that we're going to get a
I
release of
think
them?
I
See,
think
I,
they're
I
gonna I think they're gonna confirm that.
see. I thought we couldn't know until Collision because like the brackets and things would determine some of the.
Yeah, but I mean collision's happening this week, so we're gonna know
I can't
either
wait to
way.
find out. Actually, I know like Corruption have lots of players in some mini bracket, so I know it's going to affect.
Yeah,
If Marisol loses, I assume she'll win a tournament. And same with Chance and Adam. I don't really know the little. There's like a little bracket there
many
which is
tournaments. Yeah,
going for something. So yeah, I didn't think we were getting a singles one yet. I think it
yeah,
depends on all
maybe
the
not. But
brackets.
they said we might get it, but they'll probably because of what's happening. We'll see what will happen in the following few months or following few weeks. But have we should know it by the end of this month. I think he said. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm
And
not.
also, we do have a round one singles match happening this Friday. We don't know who it is
Yeah,
yet, but I also I did see Christian said that the tournaments will air differently this year. I think it's going to air over a longer period of time.
yeah.
Like I don't think it'll be solely singles and then Star Wars and then I think they're going to mix it all together, which will be quite nice and like it means we'll get a bit
That'll
of
be nice.
everything.
Yeah,
So that's really exciting. Um, yeah, yeah, I saw that as well. So Christian said singles will take more time. I mean, it's a 32 tournament, so I imagine it
yeah,
will. Um, okay, I just had a thought with the teams. Obviously, corruption play in collision. So if they lose, they're available for the tournament, and they also have deception on corruption, the faction.
yeah.
Who would you pick?
Deception. Sorry. I love. I the way Mike plays. It's on and off, on and off. The way Deception play, they have been all go all the time. Even in that match they lost, I still think they were to lightning time. I still think they were all go all the time. Maybe Adam just needs to listen to Marisol a bit more. But I mean, watching Mike play in that last one where they lost the titles, he kind of pooped the bed in that one a little bit in the
Mm,
first round, and he can be up and down with his first round. He's
yeah,
brilliant with his second and third round, but yeah,
I will say, I think what could definitely give corruption an advantage in the title match they have is obviously it's back in studio this one, so they're
yeah,
going to be using buzzers in the speed round and they're not going to be doing the 5 questions each. So
I hate them.
I think that personally I think that benefits corruption more than it benefits
Yeah,
Shazam because
yeah,
chances are Shazam would probably go perfect in the
I like the
speed
fun.
round online. And I feel like Chance in particular is very good at the speed round with the buzzers. So if they're like a few points behind, which could potentially be the case if Mike
Yeah,
tends to be on if he gets a 6 or 7 in the first round and not a perfect 8, they could claw it back. So it does make it a little bit closer for me than it would if it was online. I'm 100% Shazam. Because it's in studio, my prediction is not as certain.
Yeah.
We'll get to that in a minute.
I know Teresa's thinking corruption.
Okay, I would also pick corruption, and that's mad because Deception's my favorite team. But
yeah,
Deceptioners have already had a shot at a tournament, so
yeah,
I just think it's fair to give corruption a shot at a tournament because they haven't had one yet.
yeah.
Even though I absolutely adore Deception. They're my favorite team in the league. I just think like they deserve a chance as well. A chance because they got a chance.
I noticed that earlier as well. Nice.
But yeah, I'd pick corruption. But anyway, with that all being said, I'm stressed now because we're moving. Oh no, we're not. We've got promos first. I was going to say
No.
I have more time to think about predictions. That's good because I'm still a bit on edge about it, and I don't know what to pick yet.
Yeah.
So, shall we do some promo of the week? Because I'm pretty confident in this. I know what my answer is, but the predictions, I'm all over the place. I gave mine away earlier, didn't I? To be honest,
you did kind of, but go for it anyway. Since you've given it away already.
Obviously, my promo of the week is Paige Rachel, and the reason it's promo of the week is because ice hockey. I am so envious of people who have the ability to ice skate at speed. I am so bad at ice skating. I can only go round whilst clutching onto the wall. So when I see anyone ice skating with ease and at speed, I'm so impressed. Has nothing to do with the Schmoe, but I was just so impressed with the skating. It just mesmerizes me. So for that alone, that made it promo of the week because I just love seeing ice skating. I think it's
talk as long as you really can cool. Because we gotta get a cameo.
Oh, that's Rush, so she doesn't come in time.
Okay.
I'm joking. I can't wait to have her on.
Yeah.
No, love you really, Teresa. What was your promo of the week, Ben?
So this is a lot harder for me to pick. It won't be the first one. I'm sorry. Something about that didn't click with me. Not sure what it was, but it just didn't click with me. Although I will say I loved the match cut of the way he match cutted Rachel's little speech with Fabretti's ice skating. That was amazing. Then I think I have to go with Jacob Whitneben and
Jesse.
And Jesse. It was amazing. Jesse saying like, well, I mean, I really, really want another match. And Jacob Whitneben and the kind of history with Juice and all that sort of stuff was amazing to see again. I would love to see Juice maybe on Haas's side one day, kind of playing the Finstock Exchanges tune, but we'll see if he'll pop up there again. But yeah.
Joe, what's interesting is Teresa went with Jen and Chris, so we were split, which was everyone picked a different match, which is nice actually. When Teresa comes on, she can explain why. I'd like to know why she thought that one was the best.
Jen and Felix.
Yeah. So Teresa's going to join us for predictions. I'm not quite sure why she'd want to do that because I can just remind her that of our current score and due to my perfect week. Although to be fair, sorry Ben, but me, Matt, and Teresa all had perfect weeks.
Yeah, that's fine. I took a chance and it didn't pay off.
See, you should only take a chance when it's Chance Ellison because it's guaranteed win. um, or
Fair
ABBA
enough.
because they have a banging song called "Take a Chance on Me." But
Take
yeah,
chance
as you can
on me.
see, I'm I'm still number one, which is lovely to see. But we did have the same prediction, so it was always going to happen. Obviously, I
Yeah.
have a feeling we may be different this week. So I'm either going to retain my title or Teresa's going to catch up.
Lose miserably. Here's a
So
sad thing. You're nearly at 60 points and I'm barely at 50.
I will say, well, we have a 32 singles tournament coming up. So I feel like you're going to have plenty of opportunities, Ben. Um,
We'll see.
so Thomas has asked what's
Oh,
with the colours. So
right. So Thomas, if someone has a perfect week, I've made them blue. So if they had a perfect week, they're blue. So we had 3 perfect weeks this week and one miserable week. The reds are if you, the green is if you were
got it right.
correct. The red you were wrong. But thank you for
Yeah.
the question. It's a good question to ask.
I've got to be honest, Ben. I'm still a bit bitter about last week because I was one off a perfect week. It
I
was
know.
just right in the lead. That I was so close, and then if I did get that right, it would have been a 2 point swing, and then Teresa
Oh
would
yeah.
be playing massive catch up. But yeah, I take this league far too seriously. I can't wait to finally win it. So I think Teresa's coming on shortly. So before we actually get into the predictions, should we just preview Collision a little bit?
Yeah.
What match are you looking forward to most?
Um. So my match of this is a tough one. Okay. So probably my match of Collision. Oof, there's 3 that I win, but Demalanta Kelly, I'm going with.
Okay, why?
Because if Demalanta wins, um, he gets definitely Star Wars Competitor of the Year in my mind, and it's basically a win-win for me. So if Demalanta wins, he's my favorite of the Star Wars competitors next to Zach, and he is funny and amazing, and I love him. And then secondly, if Kelly wins, we get our first ever female Star Wars champion.
Yes, good point.
And that's something that I really want to see. Also, the other match that I was thinking of is Marisol Smith. As much as I love the Mercs, Marisol, win. But yes, that's just me.
I think we did say like a few weeks ago that we think it's going to be the year of the women. So
Yes,
could it be at the
this
end of the
is the
year we
first.
have 3 women or even 4 with titles? I think it
I
could.
would love
I
to
think
see
it's
that.
possible. It's definitely
I would
possible.
so love to see that.
I mean, Kelly has got a great shot. We have Mara in IG if she can get back up there.
I mean, she already won one, but it would be lovely to see her win it again.
Yeah, and then obviously Marisol has a chance now if she can beat Smith. She's got the title shot, so a lot to look forward to. I say you picked mine, so I'm going to pick another one because I also was going to pick the Star Wars match. I yeah, I really like Kelly, and we haven't seen her play since like the start of the season, so I'm looking forward to seeing her back. But because you picked that one, I'm going to pick the team's title match. As I said, I'm really intrigued by that one because it's in
Mm.
studio, and I I do wonder how that changes the match for me
Yeah.
I think that gives more of an advantage to corruption than Shazam. I think it benefits both teams. By the way, I don't think it's a bad thing. I just think
Yeah.
being in person is better, is more beneficial for corruption because of that speed round. I just think that could be key, and I can't wait to see how that plays out. I think most people will
Don't
probably
forget about
go
that.
Shazam.
Yeah.
Oh god, that's not even in collision. Such
No.
a good match. Danger Zone Lightning Time.
Oh
Oh,
yeah. Either,
I got
either
stressed.
way, you're gonna have an upset person on Sunday. Actually, on Friday even. You're gonna have either me or Teresa being really depressed the next day.
Well, I kind of, for your sake, hope Lightning Time win because Liz lost last week, and I feel like you
Yeah,
need some more time to recover from that. So
I do.
if she loses again, I feel like we're going to need a lot of emotional support for you, Ben,
I
to
think so.
help. I feel like
You're
Dan hasn't
absolutely
lost
right.
in a while. I think Teresa will be okay, but
And he's
Liz
a
has
single
lost.
champion, so we'll see him more often.
Exactly. I don't know
Ben
where Teresa
Bateman will be
is.
in the tournament. She's might be on the train, so we'll keep talking.
I
um,
we could start with the we already know her prediction for one of the matches, the Star Wars match, so we could start with that because we said that the other week. So I'm sure
yeah,
we knew.
everyone said that. So
So she
we
predicted
can
it
start
last
with
week,
that, I
right?
guess. I do want to ask, there was something I wanted to ask you, but I can't think of it now. Never mind. Carry on.
Yeah. So first match of the week we have Nikki Dimalanta making her debut against John Hoey. Now we all
Yeah.
predicted this last week because we thought it was going to be play out this week. Last week. So we predicted it. So I assume we're all sticking with our predictions. Now you're gonna
Yeah,
have
I
to
think
remind me,
everyone.
Ben. I can't remember who everyone picked.
Teresa went Hoey, Mattia went
Hi.
Hoey.
Teresa's with us. Yay! Good to see you,
Hey.
Teresa. How are
Sure,
you?
sure, sure. I heard your comments.
You know, I was just kidding.
Hello,
Hello.
Teresa's boyfriend.
Hi. Okay, William.
She's back. Yeah, so we're just getting to predictions now, actually. So we're starting with Howie Dimalanta. We already did this one, so we know who you picked already. Are you sticking with
Yeah,
Howie?
but yeah, I'm sticking with Hoey, but I kind of think that the opponent's choice is a sign that Matt's curse is still invoked and in the Jacob Jesse match. So I'm kind of scared. But I actually want Nikki to win, so it doesn't matter. I'm sticking with Hoey, but I think she might win.
Okay.
Same. And
Did you go to Nick?
well, yeah, I'm going with Hoey. I'm not taking it too much of a chance on that. I'm too far behind that I can't really take a chance on that. So I'm sticking with Hoey.
Yeah, I'm also Howie. Just track record. We don't know what Nikki can do yet. She may prove us wrong, but I have to go Howie.
I assume
Okay.
she'll get a perfect round one. And we have a Nikki supporter, so
Okay, so next one is tough. This is hard. This one is tough. So I need your clarification with this. So we have Lightning Time versus Danger Zone. Now I
yes.
don't know. Does the winner of this? Who do they play?
Final exam.
Exam.
It's so weird. Doesn't make
I
sense.
don't get it. Yeah, I'm
I
confused
don't get
by
it.
this.
I
Yeah.
kind of like it, really, but
But it doesn't make sense like with the matches we already had, with the
yeah.
standings, with the records, with anything. It just doesn't make sense to me. But I don't mind. Like it still will be a great match. I just expecting lightning time and final exam to play against each other, and then the winner to go against Danger Zone. But okay, and it's not like Dungeon doesn't have the most matches. Like,
yeah, it's
True.
confusing. It is confusing, but that being said, it's a really interesting matchup and quite a tough one to predict. Now I have to go first as I am in the lead. I don't know what anyone else has picked, so I am picking lightning time.
What?
Yeah, I'm picking lightning time, which I think may surprise Teresa. I think probably thought I was going to Danger Zone.
no, I hoped you would pick lightning time. That's awesome.
Okay. I assume you've gone Danger Zone then.
Yeah, but I don't think it's an easy choice at all. But I just love Denmark so much and Ben, so it's an easy choice for me. But I think it will be really close, and lightning time could get it.
Yeah.
So the reason I picked them is because of the hats. No, I'm kidding.
That makes sense.
Since Ethan started wearing the hat, the chemistry and the synergy between the twos and got better. It's clearly made. It's that extra oomph they need to beat them, which they didn't have before the hats. So I'm putting all my faith on those hats, and I think that is the edge they need to beat Danger Zone. So that's why I'm picking lightning time.
So
it's as good of a reason as any.
Yeah,
so,
thank you.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah, and as Thomas says, it's 50-50 match. So yeah, I pretty much agree. And if so Matt picked Danger Zone, and the reason he gave was because he wanted to see if the curse still stands.
I feel like Matt, as a usual suspect,
SOB.
as he has not picked them once this season. Like I feel like he's not picked them at all, and he's supposed to be their biggest fan.
He has,
He did.
And it's the first match that broke my heart, and the second match that broke my heart.
Fake fan. No, I'm kidding. So yeah, so it's a 50-50 for us as well. Ben, we have a reasonable record together. I think we've got a quite good record together now, right? So I feel pretty confident that we can do this.
I think of the team ups, you and I are probably you and Teresa are the best, then you and I, then Teresa and I, and then Matt and I, who have one out of 6 picks together. So
I've got a slight confidence in this. I think we can do it. If I lose, I'm level with Teresa, so it's not the end of the world. But I don't know what she's picking. So we may be different again. I don't know. I'm a bit concerned about that. But one different is fine if I lose that one. If we have another one different, I'm going to get nervous.
Yeah.
I think we'll have more different, but
I think you will have more actually.
I think we'll have one different.
I kind of hope so.
I think you guys are going to have different.
Yeah. Okay. So the Friday's match, we don't know it yet. It's a singles tournament round 1 match, but we haven't been given the details. So we'll predict that within our group, and we'll just let you know what we pick next week. I have no idea. I can't even guess who it is. We don't even know the faction, so there's no point trying to guess it. Maybe we'll put something on Twitter or something, then we know the matchup. But then now we have Collision. We've got 4 matches to get through here. Oh boy. So the first one is the Star Wars title match, and we got Laura Kelly against Dimmerland. And I think this is where we're going to be different. I'm picking Kelly.
Matt didn't give me this one.
I mean, I was pretty confident you'd pick Dimolanta because you picked him like from day one.
Yeah.
So
But it's a win-win because if Laura wins, then we will have a female champion, and if not, my favorite person, Dimolanta, will still be a champion. So yeah, but I'm picking Dimolanta because he got me a lot of points this year, and he's my guy, so I'm sticking with him. But I wouldn't be mad if Laura won because first female Star Wars champion, that would just be so awesome. So that's just a great match.
Yeah. Wait, Liam, did you say you're picking Demolanta?
no, I'm going Kelly.
Really? Okay,
Yeah.
that's interesting. I
He's
think
got a bit of a like loss streak against Kelly, hasn't he? He hasn't beat her
Yeah.
yet. She's beaten him
That's
twice
not
in the two matches they had head to head. I think that could psychologically play a factor. He hasn't beaten it yet, and I don't think he's gonna. I think she's his nemesis, and she's gonna carry on her streak against him and beat him. That's my take. It's more out of hope than anything else, because I really want to win this one. But yeah, he hasn't beaten it yet. He can't seem to get over that hurdle of Laura Kelly.
Yeah.
And I don't think it will start now. And I said hurdles because the Olympics are on, and I wanted an Olympic reference in our show. So Ben, who are you picking?
I'll give Matt's thing first. If I read it
Oh, yeah.
correctly, he's picking Demolanta. He said SWC, so I assume that means Star Wars champion. So yeah, I think he's going with that. If not, Matt, please correct me in the comments below, and I'll correct it on our page. Then I would say I'm picking Kelly, and I think you and I are in the minority, Liam. Sorry to say, because both Leo and Thomas are going with Demolanta as well.
It's really hard. I think like most of the matches.
So
What I wanted to say is
I'm not-
Christian and the Schmoe team released the cards where you should pick your confidence for the matches. And I was thinking about it, and I was like, oh, well, I would be like one for almost every of these matches because I just don't know. They're so even. Laura and Dimolanta, I think any given Schmoe day, I think even Shazam, which is my team, I think Corruption and Shazam, it's like whatever happens in that first round, in that second round, I don't know. And the buzzers, like you said, they didn't play a factor for a long time, but they will now. So it's just so tough with the collision matches. They're all so close.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to ask you. Do you guys think, and do you guys want them to have champions to have the option to have either the quick money round or buzzers?
I think they had to do quick money online. There was no, that was just like, what else could you do? I think it needs to be buzzers. I think it's more competitive. It's more fun. And I think it can help teams catch up if you're behind, which makes it more exciting to watch. I don't think they had to have a compromise for online play, and I think the one they came up with was good to begin with, but I kind of think it's got a bit stale now. I think the buzzers are more exciting, but that's just my own opinion. I don't know what you guys think.
Yeah,
I hate buzzers personally, but
me too. I like this much more. I just don't think like it's more about reflexes than your knowledge, which I don't think is like the right way, but I get that it's more exciting. I wish at least there was a chance for the champion to pick, because I think that would be really interesting. I think like Bateman would pick the buzzer, but maybe Dan would pick the fast money. So I think that would be really interesting, but I don't think they're going to do it because the fast money, they would like if they had it in teams, then the team would have to either leave or like have had
Yeah, it
like
would
the
be a lot, wouldn't
noise
it?
cancelling
Yeah.
headphones or something. It's like
Yeah.
it does work in the actual fast money, so they would probably find a way, but it might interrupt the flow a little bit, and I don't think they want it for the show. So I don't know if it actually will happen, but I would like it if there was a chance to do either or for the champion. I think if you're the
Yeah.
champion, I like that, like if you're the champion, that you have more to decide about the match. I think like
Yeah.
you are the champion, you should have some advantage. I know you can pick like opponent spinners,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I think it would be more interesting if they had like a little bit more to choose, and this would be
Yeah.
the way. Yeah.
Yeah. I agree. I personally think if the champion could choose, it would make it more interesting. But I know they're gonna think they love the buzzers, so they're gonna go with the buzzers as long as they can. So
Yeah.
I think I would love to see a goodbye to. Yeah, I know he does. I know he does.
Like
But
I think Christian just by this point now hates everything about digital. Give him
Yeah.
like
yeah,
few studios matches and he will probably be okay. But right now by this point, and the situation is getting worse everywhere again. I think he's stressing out because there's a possibility that like the live matches won't happen. So
yeah,
I know LA is getting closed again. The
Yeah.
situation here is also not very good.
Yeah,
So
same here. I'm isolating.
yeah, so like
yeah,
I don't blame him. I understand that like this was a good solution, but a year was enough. So I get it that he's by
yeah,
now like, because even the Jesse Jacob match, there were like a little bit like technical difficulties and stuff, and you could see how, and it would never
yeah,
happen in the studio, right? So I get it. I
yeah,
get it. He's frustrated
I will
with the
say,
fast
like,
money, with everything. Yeah.
yeah, like I think Fast Money was a really smart and good idea, like, and compromise to be able to have a speed round in the online format. And I do think, like, when it started, it was really, really competitive. And it's probably just because they're used to it now and they know how to do it. But it tends to happen now pretty much most of the time. They go perfect, and it's kind, for me, that's a little bit boring. And
yeah,
I liked it when, you know, they missed the one, because then the other competitor would come and then they would have a different answer, and you're like, oh my god, one of them got it wrong, one of them got it right. But the last few matches, they've all got them all right, and it's a bit stale for me now.
You know why I hate it so much, especially now? Because it really feels like opponent's choice is a big factor in these matches now. So when I imagine like, it will happen again and again and again. And then another factor like the speed round is also unpredictable. It's not about how fast you remember in your brain, it's about how fast you buzz the buzzer. It just stresses me out. But you're right, it's much more interesting. Even if you're behind, you have a chance to catch up, which you
That's
don't
what I
normally
like
have
about
with the fast money.
Yeah.
And like Christian likes to say, if it was just a show about movie trivia, then nobody would watch it, and the more interesting you make it, and it's better for the people who like study and strategize and do those stuff. So I get it. I'm just stressed out because
Yeah, no, I get it. I just think, to your point, it's like you can come back from behind. That's why I like it, because you have to be riskier. You have to jump in early, knowing you may get it wrong, to be able to catch up. And that's why I think it's a more entertaining speed round than what they have. But I don't hate Fast Money, and I think it's a good compromise for online. But I just think the buzzers is just more exciting. So I'm looking forward to it.
I really like the champion would pick option, because I think a lot of them would pick the buzzer. Like Corruption would for sure pick the buzzer, like Mike, Chance, Bateman, maybe Oyama. Like there's a lot of people who would pick the buzzer, and I think it might be like 50-50, and then it would be fine.
Yeah, maybe.
I think more people.
Let's go.
I think more people would pick the buzzers than would pick the other one. But yeah,
Maybe, yeah.
I don't know what that means. Sorry.
I also don't know, but if if
it's
Brother Lomas
because
will.
I have I'm now black and white with
Oh, yes.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Ben Bateman. That's why I was
no.
confused. I didn't really meant you, Ben.
Oh, that's good that Brother Lomas approves, since you're such good friends.
Yeah, you
Yes.
love Brother Lomas, don't you?
You're
I love
number
him
one
so
fan
much.
of Brother Lomas.
Okay, should we move on to the next one?
Yeah,
Let's.
we shall.
So we have Kevin Smith, Marisol McKee. This one will be digital, I'm assuming. I don't think Kevin Smith went to studio, so
Yes, this one's digital.
I know they said it's a hybrid event. Isn't it?
Also, the Malanta Killer is digital. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah,
Really?
because of the travel.
It's a hybrid, and Soul, Amaru is
It's
live, and
in studio,
Shazam and
yeah.
Corruption is live.
Yeah, that makes sense. No surprises here. I'm picking Marisol. You know, I love her. She's my favorite competitor in the league at the moment. Smith's played really well, but I don't think he's had to play anyone who is at the level that Marisol's at yet. And I think it's going to be a step too far for him. He to be fair to him, he seems to know how to use the rules and the JTEs pretty well, but there's still some elements of gameplay he doesn't fully know, which is completely understandable. He's a very busy man. Marisol lives and breathes this at the moment, and I think that will be the difference. Marisol for me, pretty easy pick.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't think, like, I think there's a shot. I don't think this
That's
one
what
is.
we mean by live.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
I don't think this is one of those 50-50, which I think most of the others are. But I think it's like 70-30. I don't think it's because we don't really know. We haven't seen. I'm not saying that Stacey Howard is not a great competitor. I just think the match she had with Kevin Smith wasn't her best. So I think this will be the real challenge, and we'll see how Kevin will does. But of course, I pick Marisol. Marisol is awesome. She's badass. She's amazing. Based on how she's playing now, it would be hard not to pick her against almost anyone. And Kevin is not that proven yet for me. So, but I think there's a possibility that there will be like a category that Marisol is not that's ready for, and Kevin will get one of his biggest strengths. It could happen, but I think probably won't, and Marisol will take it.
I wonder if Kevin Smith will be on the wheel.
Yeah, I wonder.
I think it'll be on the wheel.
I think it will be.
It wasn't for the last two of his matches, right?
Yeah, but they could have picked one of the other two choices. Yeah.
If he's allowed, I think it will be. This is an important match. I think
I
think it will be on.
And to be fair, in the rule book it says I have to pick 3 categories. So PJ could, for fun, pick Kevin Smith just to chuck it in there.
Yeah, he could. We'll see. I think Marisol will be like ready for those, but it's true that in his category he probably would go perfect. It would be weird if he didn't. So yeah.
Sorry.
Bless you.
Thank you.
It was the best sneeze.
I really would have put that in the intro from now on, but yeah, I have to edit that. Sorry. And then I just my pick is Matt's pick is McKee as well. And my pick is Marisol. So I think everyone's going Marisol in this one. Look, I love the Mercs. Don't get me wrong, they're my faction. They, for me, is the reason why Andrew won the Star Wars tournament. I mean, the Star Wars title. I think Koi being the let's have fun type of guy is amazing, but I got to go with Marisol. I would love to see her have the belt more than I'd want to see Kevin Smith have the belt. So yeah,
Also,
Marisol.
it's already called Coalition. He has 2 other matches there. Even if he wins his 2 other matches, like he's fine. He's fine.
He's
If he
fine.
wins at least one of those, he'll
Yeah.
get 8 points for the collision. If he wins 2, he has 16. If he won all 3 of them, he would get 20, and that would just be ridiculous. So
Don't do that now.
I think he will be okay.
I think
I,
he'll be fine.
I wouldn't bet my house on Marisol winning.
That's
but
true.
I'd probably bet my living room. Like I'm very
Wow.
I'm not confident enough for the whole house, but I mean I am that confident that I could do part of the house. But like think about a couple of weeks ago, we all went for Haas and we were all pretty confident Haas would beat Amaru, and then it didn't work out that way.
Yeah.
So anything can happen.
Actually, I wouldn't even bet my living room on Haas at that point. I thought he might win, but it wasn't that. There's very little matches that I would bet my living room on. I don't think
I just
there are
I'm trying
any.
to sell it, so that's why really it's up for sale.
Oh
currently.
yeah, yeah, okay.
Yeah. But I'm not shocked we all picked Marisol. I thought that would happen.
Yeah.
The next
No,
2, I think we may
no
be different again,
surprises.
though. So speaking of Amaru, that's the next match we have: Amaru Moses against Soul.
Mm.
I will pick first if it will
What are
help
you going
you
with?
pick.
No, I'm going to.
No, don't.
It's
I know
tough.
who you will pick, and I don't want you to pick the other person, please.
I'm picking Soul.
I knew it.
Damn it!
He
But
already
it's-
said it like last week that he will probably pick Saul.
Yeah, I did.
I hate
I
you.
kind of gave it away.
Mm.
Mike, but it's with a bit of concern.
Yeah.
I am.
I for sure.
Go on.
No, I like before you said it last week that you think Saul will win. I expected you to pick Amaru 100%. And then you last week said you think Saul will win, and you crashed my hopes because of course I'm going for Saul. That's the only opportunity for the Den to get points. So
Yeah.
they're getting them with Saul.
I'm like not confident in my pick, though. I'm not
I
changing.
can see that.
I do think Saul will win, but I wouldn't be shocked if Amaru wins. I think
Not at all, yeah.
Amaru has been competing in the fan leagues, and that I think that experience will really help him. He's had title matches. I know it's not the same, but I think he's had higher pressure matches than Soul has. And Soul's played the real rejects this year, and neither of them took him to like the final stages. So I don't know how well he is in round 3 yet. Now, Amaru improved so much from his debut to his second match, and I did not expect him to beat Haas, and he played really well in that game. So
yeah,
I actually think if you saw the match like with sound, that you would pick Amaru. I think that like because it was with the commentary, and it wasn't like a match you didn't see how good he was like in. You didn't hear. I think that's the reason you're picking Saul, because I'm just saying. I really think.
Sorry, I'm really trying. I'm trying not to be distracted, but there's fireworks going out in my window, and I don't know why. And I'm trying to look, and I'm looking out, and there's fireworks, and I don't know why there's fireworks, but there's fireworks. So yes, but I did hear what you said. I don't know if that's the case. I just think Soul is so hungry.
That's true. Like I'm confident in Saul. I do think that's one of the 50-50 matches though. because
Yeah.
we really don't know. We only saw 2 of Amaru's matches. His second one was really good. He played so well. I think he
Mm.
has the chops to win this, but I know that some people don't like how like serious Saul is. I love it.
I
I
love it,
love the
but
passion.
it
I
worries
love,
me.
but I don't. You see, when he misses a question, he beats himself up, but
Mm.
he doesn't miss another one because of it. It's just the way he plays
Mm.
that he's like, I have to do the best, but it doesn't seem to like make him less. I just think
Yeah, just like with Polka.
he has the hunger to win it. I think it's his turn. Like, he's been here longer. He really he didn't want to be IG player at first. Like, it's just the way the cards turned, and he dedicated so much of his time to be one of the best IG players we have, that I just want him to have it, to get at
Mm.
least to the number one contenderships. And also, I love Kate and the Den. So yeah,
Yeah.
Ben.
So obviously Matt went with Amaru. He's the only one that went with Amaru because I'm also going with Saul.
Someone's
Um,
winning.
Yes, now it's
um,
no,
hope-
I'm
no.
confident now.
um, sorry, Matt, your questions carry on. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, I think my reasoning is just hard pick. I want the Den to get more points, and I want Saul to at least be number one contender. We'll see what happens beyond that, but yeah, that's just my reasoning for that. I think we can move on to the last match. Is it the last match?
Yes. Yeah.
Do it. Big corruption. Do it.
You sound like Palpatine.
Do it. Do it.
Yeah.
Buzzers. Think about the buzzers.
So, team's title match: Shazam v Corruption. Who do you think I'm gonna pick?
He's picking corruption.
I don't know.
You said you'll never go against Chance.
No, he won't pick corruption, and then you know what happens? Corruption will win. This keeps happening to Liam also, so I just pick Shazam. You're gonna do it. You always play so conservatively. You're scared.
I am picking Corruption.
Yes.
I knew we would.
And it's not because you just put me into
Was
it.
it
I
peer
was going
pressure
to
or
pick
not?
them.
Okay.
No, I genuinely was going to pick them. I've been bigging up this buzz around all night. Okay, I am. This is the difference. If it was an online match, I would pick Shazam, but because it's in studio, I'm picking Corruption. That for me is enough to sway it in their favor. Corruption. Something happens to their. I don't know if it happened to Shazam. I just feel like Danger Zone was so competitive and like smashing it, and then when they play Corruption and something happened, it's like they've got like abilities to stop teams doing like perfect games. I know I'm going. I feel like there's an energy around them. Okay,
I get it. It's true.
they beat Shire Wolves twice. Okay, I feel I always used to underestimate them because of that really bad performance Mike had in a team's title match last year against Shazam.
They beat Charles twice? Didn't they beat them just once?
No, because
the
the
two teams that beat Shirewolves was Odd Couple and Corruption, 1-1.
Maybe, but they beat them.
Once. I'm just saying, like, I think Shirewolves beat Corruption once and Corruption beat Shirewolves once.
Maybe
I'm not sure.
This is what I was talking about. The energy has come over me and made me misremember what happened to the point that I've now put them in my prediction.
I think they beat them twice because I think they faced them later on. I think yeah, because I think Corruption.
I think Shirewolves had a streak, won the title,
Yeah,
defeated defeated against Who's the Boss, then Odd Couple beat them, then they won the belts back, and then they
yeah,
retired
that's
when
Odd Couple,
Corruption beat
sorry,
them
yeah.
for the first time.
Yeah, you're right. That
Sorry,
was
I
Odd
just
Couple.
have
Sorry,
to,
it was Corruption.
have to bring up Thomas's comment because it really made me
Yeah,
chuckle.
I like it. Yeah,
Yeah, look, I just feel like I've underestimated Mike the whole season. Every
You
IG
did.
Yeah.
match, I haven't picked him. Every corruption match, I haven't picked it. I haven't picked them, and now I'm picking them. They're probably going to lose.
I think you have a similar problem with the Corruption that Matt has with the Suspects. Like when you go and you're always considering picking them, and then you don't pick them and they win. So I think you might made the smart choice. Like they might win this. Like the only thing I will say is that I am glad that Liam forgot how great Tenderoni is on the buzzer, because he's great. He's so great. And
No,
also
I
he
know.
makes
I know.
laugh to the buzzer, so it will
Yeah.
distract Corruption how hard he's
So
banging the buzzer. No, I just don't think, like, I think it would make a difference with a team that's not Shazam. I just think Shazam
yeah,
is good anywhere. They were great in studio. They were great in digital. They were great
yeah,
against Corruption last season. There's just something that happens when Dan is playing Corruption. Specifically, it feels like, because he just can't get it done against them. But I think Shazam will win. But I also don't have that much confidence in it. I feel like it's like 55-45 for me. Do think that Corruption has like some it factor. They just keep surprising everybody,
Yeah,
but they keep staying the underdogs, which is so weird. It's not weird in this
yeah,
match because Shazam has like the best record ever, and they just had the best match ever. So but Corruption keeps being the underdog and they keep winning, and I do think they could do this. I think it actually depends on the first round and on the buzzer round. I think it depends on if Shazam goes, both of them go perfect, and Mike gets even 6 points. It's still at least 3 points difference, which is a lot.
yeah,
And I think, how do you surprise them in the second round? I don't think there's much. I think maybe some IG category they could do it if they got like a favorable spin for them, and maybe gave like Star Wars to the but
transport.
Bibiani is writing questions for the Malanta, so I'm not. I really don't know. But yeah, this is tough. But Shazam for me, because Tenderoni is one of my favorite players, and I
yeah.
love Shazam. Ben.
So Matt surprisingly went with Shazam as well. And I say surprisingly because he's Mike's number one supporter.
Yeah.
So yeah. Which probably means that Mike is gonna win.
Yeah, this is
But
like,
yeah.
I don't like.
But yeah. Okay, so now that you guys have had your say, I'm going to say what I've wanted to say for a while. This worries me because of the post-match angle that Mark had with Lady Corruption, with the Queen, and I think I won't spoil it for anyone, but I think it was a spoiler, and I'm worried. But I'm gonna pick Shazam because I love them. I hope I'm wrong, but I think that Corruption is gonna win. But I'm going with Shazam.
Okay.
We're so confident in our picks. It's not even
Yeah.
like. I think Corruption is going to win, but I'm going with Shazam. Okay.
Well, okay. There is a reason for that, and that is
Especially
because
now
we promised.
when Liam is picking alone
Yeah.
for Corruption. That makes me
Yeah.
even more worried. Like,
I quite like being
I
lone
hate
wolf
it.
on this one, to
Yes.
be honest. I quite
yes,
like
I
being
can.
lone wolf.
Yeah. Now I'm
I'll
thinking
fall on
Corruption
my
wins
sword.
also.
But I'm really excited for Collision. I can't wait to see in studio matches again as well. Hopefully, all the plans they have with the cantina and things goes ahead. I don't know if they filmed it or not yet. I don't think they have. So
Oh no,
I'm
they're
really...
filming it on the 1st and on the like 15. That's the August. The
okay.
first is the first, and then like
But
2 weeks
obviously-
after is the second. So it's not filmed yet.
Okay, but with this variant and cases rising, who knows? Hopefully, it can happen. We'll see.
Hope so.
Yeah, I just obviously they've done amazing to keep it going on a digital age, but I am looking forward to in studio matches again.
I'm scared
Yeah.
what would happen if like I don't know if Christian can take it anymore, guys. I don't
Yeah.
know. He
Yeah,
obviously has a plan about which he is very excited, which I think is a great sign because he came up with all of this. So we know that we can trust him with the direction that Schmoe will go. And he's really excited about it. And I think it would be a great plan. But I'm really scared, guys. I'm really scared about what is happening right now, that it's happening again. And I hope it's not. I think we were all excited about live matches. I think the first time I will actually see a match live that will be like a PPV, but it will be live. I think I will cry even though I'm not there because I'm so excited for them to be able to see each other again. And so I'm kind of scared, but I hope it will all happen. I hope there will be a New York event. I hope spectacular will happen. Yeah, keeping my fingers crossed. Not in the frame. Here's the frame.
I just hope that they keep digital a little bit for those that can't make digital.
they will.
But
I think they said they would.
They will, yeah. That's the plan. And I like it that way. I think like one match a week is ideal.
Because that way they can get the celebrities, and then you can get the international players like Jacob and Kim. I don't want them to miss out because it opens the doors for more competitors. So and
if someone like Mara, who has a medical reason, can't come, it would give her still the ability to play.
Exactly. But yeah, it's going to be a really fun event. I can't wait to watch it. I'm also really hopeful we're going to get some storylines as well. I feel like they're going to take the opportunity to film some scenes.
Yes.
I want to see more
Schmoe Minardi. Activate the Winter Soldier. I want to know what happens.
I mean, Ken's been on the desk a bit more recently, which has been great, which gives me hope we're going to get Grace back. Haven't seen her in a while. I think he was saving it for in person.
And if Marisol wins, I'm sure we will still see her shouting at Jay. So, yay.
Oh, yes, Jay. God, we haven't had that storyline in ages now. So it'd be nice to see where that goes.
Is he still the commissioner? Is he?
Yes. For now. Until Marisol wins.
And then we'll see.
Yes.
Yeah, hopefully we'll get some cutscenes.
Yeah, it's not even everyone can watch it. Which
yes,
means we can spoil away on Sunday next week.
Yes.
7
matches.
We
don't have to put up
next week, guys. 7 matches. It's going to be a long one.
It's crazy.
But, I think awesome. we may need a bit longer next week.
Yeah, we might.
We'll see.
We might have to start a bit earlier, but we'll see. We'll discuss.
Yes, probably. And also the Olympics have started. Just need to throw that out there. I'm so excited about it. GB won 2 medals today. Unfortunately, one of them was we didn't quite win the taekwondo, but we got silver and a bronze. It's a great start. How you doing, guys? Any medals yet?
Shut up.
I didn't. That was not meant horribly. I was being genuinely serious.
No,
that came out horribly.
It's fine. It's not ideal. A lot of COVID stuff happening, but I think it's for every country. So like some people who had to stay for like a week in a hotel and couldn't even warm up are not doing so well, so it's just, but I think that's for everyone. Our tennis players are doing so well. All of them got from the first round. We have a lot of talent there, but no medals yet. Hopefully maybe tomorrow in shooting we will see. But yeah, I'm also excited. The one thing, it's really, really late, guys. Like, if I don't just want to watch tennis the whole day, which I did today, because it was like 6 matches today for us, I have to stay up for like 1 or 3 o'clock in the morning. So that's that sucks. So I
I feel you. Sorry, we have go on. Sorry.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that I'm excited for everything that people like do together, and they feel together, like not only as like a Czech Republic, a country. I feel like we now have something that we can be happy about together, but also the world together. So it makes me really excited just to see all of the countries doing something together. Liam, go on.
I was going to say, our first proper gold medal contender is our swimmer Adam Peaty. His final is at 3 a.m. tonight, so I'm on the fence. Do I set an alarm, wake up, even though I'm working tomorrow, or do I just wait and find out in the morning? I'm not sure yet.
I also have a free at 3. Well, the one, like, we have a shooter who's at the 4th place now. But the 4th place, that's not as bad. He could probably get there. So I'm also considering, I don't know.
It's a tough one.
So the Blitzbokker are playing Ireland tomorrow at 4 for us. So I'm really tempted to wake up at 4 o'clock, especially because the actual Bokker lost against the British and Irish Lions. Damn you, Liam. On Saturday. So yeah, I'm kind of hoping for a bit of revenge.
Well,
we're all excited.
See what happens. But
also, Thomas, we are considering it. We don't know if we'll be able to make it, but if we will be, we will start an hour earlier. So
mate, we'll figure it out in the week. But Thomas, good luck to Germany in the Olympics. I think you probably do. I think they won some medals already. I'm not sure, but I think you have. So congrats.
Probably.
And good luck, Czech Republic, South Africa.
Good luck, America.
No, I don't care. They have too many. It's not fair.
Agreed.
This is your Schmoe, Ben. This is your Schmoe. Americans are greedy. We want. We want the medals. Yeah, exactly. Anyway, with that all being said, let's hope Collision is an amazing event. I'm sure it will be. Can't wait to watch it, and we'll be recapping it next week. With that all being said, I think that's it for today. Thanks for joining for predictions, Teresa. It's great to see you again.
Sure.
Thank you for
Great. I love how we are different on a lot of matches this week. So it's going to be does make it more interesting to watch. Come online in time.
And because we're watching it together, it's going to be interesting to see.
That's also true, yeah. It will be fun.
It's going to be fun.
It will be even more fun than the free-for-all, because there we had no stakes. But with the Collision, you will see how loud I shout when I lose. If I lose, I won't.
Might be a few words thrown past, but
I guess that's it for this week. All the stuff's in the description.
Thank you so much for joining.
Yeah, it's been fun riding the ship with you this week, Ben, and for a bit, Teresa. Thanks, Thomas, for coming along with us. Come on, GB, in the Olympics. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again next
Thanks,
week
Thomas. Thanks, Leo.
to talk all
See
about
everything
Cluj.
in the description.
Yes.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
And if you find a tenderoni.